Okay, Mr. Serams, could you open the meeting room formally?
All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's table topics and international speech contest for Area 23. It's a pleasure to have each and every one of you on the call with us. Particularly, a big shout out goes out to our contestants and everyone who's volunteering playing a role today. Just a few ground rules. Please leave your microphones muted, as we do not want to cause any interruptions for the participants, that is the contestants or any of the role players. Also, let's avoid using the chat box during the contest. After each contest, there'll be an opportunity to drop our comments in the chat box as we please. But please, in the spirit of not swaying the judges or the decision of the judges, we were all advised to keep quiet and keep mute. And that includes in the chat box as well. Also, kindly locate the nearest exits to you so that in case of an emergency, we can make a dash to safety. On that note, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome to the virtual podium our contest chair for today, anchoring today's beautiful contest, all the way from Lighthouse Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Abubakar Gimba.
Thank you so much, Mr. Serams. Please give him a round of applause for that wonderful introduction. Thank you so much. I was hoping we could take the Toastmasters promise before I get on with the briefing, if that's okay. Do I have permission to share my screen?
Yes, you do. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so fellow Toastmasters, let's recite the Toastmasters promise on the count of 3. You can unmute your microphones and read along with me. And for those people that have their cameras off, I would know if you're not reciting. So 1, 2, 3. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters educational and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. Thank you very much. We just made a lot of promises to ourselves and to Toastmasters, and I hope we fulfill them. Once again, as rightly mentioned by Toastmaster Tosin, this is the Area 23 International Speech Contest and Table Topics Contest under the aegis of Division K, District 94, Region 11. District officers on the call, if there's any, Madam Chief Judge and fellow contestants, once again, welcome to the Area 23 contest. My name is Abubakar Gimba, and I will be serving as the contest chair. My job is really simple. It's just to make sure that I make the contestants as nervous as I can, while also trying to make sure that we have a bit of fun. Okay, let me reverse that. Let me make the contestants have as much fun as they can, while we are having even a much better time, right? By listening to great speeches. And I would have us know that people, when you contest, when I joined Toastmasters back in 2018, and up till 2020, I was participating in table topics, regularly as much as I can, maybe once in a month minimum, right? But it took me until 2020 to truly understand table topics, because I participated in the contest and I learned much more in that time frame than I have in my entire 2 years before that contest, right? So I had learned a lot. When you contest, you learn much more than you have, because you don't have to win first place or second place or third place for you to learn. We do that for the sake of formality and to get the best out of the best so that we encourage others, right? If you come second place and you feel bad about it, no problem. Perhaps you could come first place the next year, right? There's always a next year. Right, so I want to give a special appreciation, a special shout out to contestants. So I want us to please unmute our microphones and give them a round of applause for the contest that we're going to get today at this point. All right, so a round of applause to the contestants. Thank you so much. So before I lay down the ground rules, I would like to call the chief judge to give us a briefing of our role players. Then we get the ball rolling. And today's chief judge is going to be played by Toastmaster Folusho. She is a consultant in public health. She's a consultant public health physician. She's also an occupational health physician and mental health advocate. She's an avid listener, a voracious reader, and a quintessential speaker. She enjoys having real conversations, traveling, journaling, and unraveling mysteries. She's a past president of the Pecton Club, a trainer, and the current Area 23 Club Growth Director. Her favorite quote is, "Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication," by Leonardo da Vinci. Please give welcome to the contest chair, Toastmaster Folusho.
Thank you very much, Mr. Contest Chair. It's a pleasure to be here. And welcome everyone, Toastmasters and guests. Really looking forward to a great meeting today. It's exciting to be in this area contest and serving in this role as the chief judge. So I'll just give a briefing just so we are all kept honest and on track in the course of this contest. For starters, I can confirm that the contestants and our role players have been made aware of the rules of the contest and they are eligible to participate. To help me run this, I have two timekeepers, I have two ballot counters, and a suite of judges. I would call on the tabletop, the timer, I beg your pardon, to just talk us through how the timing cards would work, just so we're all clear, and then I'll give the rest of the briefing. I'd like Toastmaster Kude to please brief us on the cards, the timing cards, and then we'll take it from there. Over to you, Toastmaster Kude.
Yeah, thank you, contest judge. Good evening, contest chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests. For this competition, I will be the timer. I'll be alerting all participants, that's the table topics participants and the international speech contest participants, on how much time they have left. To help me with that, I have a background. For table topics is for 2 minutes. So at the 1 minute time, I'll show a green background like that. 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'll be showing the yellow background. And for the 2 minutes, I'll be showing the red background. What that means is you have like 2-3 more seconds to round up. For the international speech contestants, they'll be having between 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes time, I'll be putting up the green card behind me. And then when it's 6 minutes, I'll put up the yellow card. And when it is 7 minutes, I'll put up the red card, which means you have some few seconds to round up. And I will implore especially all participants to pin my page so that they can be able to see the time properly. I hope all can see the changes in the background I have. If you can see, confirm.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so that will be my role. So from time to time, I'll be called upon to give the timing. That will be my role for today. Thank you. Over to you, contest judge.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Kude. That was really clear and to the point. Thank you for laying down the timing rules. So just to quickly remind us of some of the rules of the game. Prior to this contest, the draw was made, and then the order that determined the speaking order, as we would see in the course of the meeting. So after each contestant finishes their speech, there will be a 1 minute of silence, during which time the judges would mark their ballots. After the very last speech in a particular contest, there would also be silence, and then we would all return. Myself and the ballot counters would sort out the cards, we'll sort out the scores, and then we would return at a time when the contest chair will announce. I want to thank you in advance for honoring the 1 minute of silence, as it is critical to the success of this contest. The winners will be announced at the very end of the contest. I want to implore us all, please, there should be no clapping, and let us ensure that we have a safe, a quiet, a fair, and an objective process. I'm really looking forward to a great meeting. Thank you very much. These are the rules, and back to you, Mr. Contest Chair.
Thank you so much, Madam Chief Justice. Please give her a round of applause along with the timer for a job well done. Okay, so you've heard it. Please, if you can, open your camera so we can see you. Let it not be like we're alone. Let's open our cameras as much as we can. Thank you very much. If we are not speaking, please let's mute our microphones. And just for the benefit of guests, if there's any on the call, the contestants today have won their various contests at the club level. Now, the area level, we are trying to pick the representatives of the area at the next level, which is the division level. Now, what happens is at the division, we also take the representatives of that division at the district level, and that's where we end the table topics contest. However, the international speech contest doesn't end at the district level. In fact, it's the only contest that does not end at the district level. It goes all the way to the region, to the quarterfinal, and to the final world stage, which we refer to as the World Championship of Public Speaking. Usually, winners at this stage have competed with anything ranging from 20,000 to 30,000 contestants from the club level till the last stage, right? This is an award that a lot of Toastmasters dare to dream to win. And the contestants today have an opportunity to do that. So sit back, relax, and enjoy today's contest, because these are people who are quite serious with their learning and development. And these are people who are willing to test their abilities against other great minds. Now, I want us to begin properly without any further ado. I also want to reiterate, just like the Chief Judge said, at the end of the contest, please do not applaud the contestants. We would do the applause after the contest. The reason is so that we don't sway the judges. Then we would have a minute of silence after each contest for the judges to mark their ballots. After each of the contests, we would have 3 minutes for the judges to finally mark their ballots while we do other things to give them time. And finally, this is the most important rule of today. And this is something that I personally try as much as possible to push down people's throats. You must have fun. This is a must. It's a rule. You must enjoy yourself. If you are a contestant, if you are an audience, just know that it's a time to have fun. Right. Now, I would like to formally open the table topics contest, because we are starting with table topics contest, and the contestants would receive the same question. So I would, at this point, like for the remaining contestants in the table topics category to be moved to a breakout room so that we can, while leaving the first contestant on the call. And just to reiterate, the timing is 1 minute to 2 minutes. If you speak for 1 minute, you will see the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, you will see the yellow card. At 2 minutes, you will see the red card. The red card will be there till you're done speaking, but just know that if you speak for more than 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. If you speak for less than 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. So, Mr. Zoom Master, do we have the first table topics contestant on the call, Toastmaster Tony Eme?
Yes, Mr. Contest Chair, Toastmaster Tony Ene is on the call. Toastmasters SA and Toastmasters Toby have been moved to the breakout room, and the last contestant, Toastmaster Odera, is not on the call.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Okay, Toastmaster Tony Ene, can you confirm that you can hear me and you can see me?
Yes, I can hear and see you, Contest Chair.
Perfect. Can you also see the timer?
Not yet. Okay, I can see the timer.
You can see the timer right now?
Yeah.
Perfect. That means you are ready. Okay, Toastmaster Tony, contestant number 1. The convention is this: I would mention your name and I would say contestant number 1, then I will reverse it, and that's your cue to speak. Did you get that?
Okay, yeah.
All right, so Your question is this. I will tell you a quote, but I will stop midway. I want you to end the quote and then speak about it. Is that clear?
Yes.
Perfect. When nothing goes right. When nothing goes right. Tony Ene, contestant 1. Contestant 1, Tony Ene.
When nothing goes right, the tough just keep going. Now, I don't know this original quote or who made it, but this is the first impression I have in my mind, because the world in which we live is a world that more often than not, everything goes wrong. It was one man called Murphy that brought out the Murphy Law. And what basically it was that if anything can go wrong, everything will go wrong. Definitely, he was not the most inspirational, motivational speaker of his age, but he had a single source of truth in what he said. Because in the world, it's better off to prepare for the best, but expect the worst. What does this tell me? As a Toastmaster that has joined and is putting on my best, this is my first contest in this group. And it was really pretty scary for me to come up to it. But even if I finish this speech and everything does not go right, everything does not go as I planned it, I just keep going. And that would make me the tough. Because when the going gets tough, the tough has no option but to keep going. Because as the old saying says, there's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel, but it's going to be seen by only those who actually make it out of the tunnel. When nothing goes right, let the tough keep going, for there is light at the end of the tunnel. Back to you, contest chair.
Thank you very much, contestant number 1. Let's have a minute of silence for the judges. Mr. Timer, please indicate with the red card once it's 1 minute, while Mr. Zoom Master brings in the next contestant on the call. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Timer. Contestant number 2. Can you confirm that you can see me and you can hear me?
Yes, I can, contester.
Thank you. Can you also see the timer?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. So your cue to speak is, I would mention your name and I would say contestant number 1, then I would reverse it, and then you begin speaking as the Toastmasters International rule. And your question is, I'll give you a quote and I want you to finish the quote and then respond to the question. And also remember, you have to speak for a minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes. And if you speak for more than 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you'll be disqualified. You'll see the red card at the second minute. Of course, once it's 1 minute, 30 seconds, you'll see the yellow card, and the green would come at the first minute. But just know that if you speak for less than 30 seconds, you will be disqualified as well. So is that clear?
Yes, it is.
All right. The quote is this: when nothing goes right. When nothing goes right. Toastmaster Essay Okereka, contestant 2, Essay Okereka.
When nothing goes right, Remember to breathe. Do not panic. Things will eventually turn out better. Good evening, everyone. It's so easy for things not to go right in our lives. No matter where you are, no matter who you are, if you have to interact with people, if you have to make choices that will be impacted by people, sometimes it would seem like nothing would go right. I remember one time when I had to make a sudden trip to my town. I am from Delta State, the Niger Delta region in Nigeria. And part of the requirements during school is that you are supposed to get a certificate of clearance that sort of says you are from this state of origin. And so to do that, I had to submit it, and it was a deadline for Friday. We were told on Thursday. I decided to risk it and take a trip that night. First of all, we were told you have to submit by Friday. So I was already feeling very stressed and panicking. I did not have any money, so I first had to look for money to borrow. I borrowed money from a friend, thank God, and then I went on that trip. I was able to get there immediately by 8 o'clock, and then they asked, we need to see your transcripts. It felt like the whole world was against me. I had to submit this thing before 12 o'clock. I get here and now you're asking for information that I did not have. I honestly felt at that point that, do you know what, I give up. Even if I don't do my clearance and officially the implication I won't graduate, I do not mind at this stage. But then I spoke to another of my friends, and when I told her the situation, she asked and said, can I get it, send a picture, and then you show it to them? Maybe they would agree. Toastmasters and guests, I did that. She was able to get the transcripts, snap them, and I showed it as evidence, and I was able to get it. I got that clearance certificate I needed. Not just that, I also sent it to my friend who was able to print it out and submit for me. When nothing goes right, it feels like the whole world, and you might flounder and feel very stressed. But one of the easiest things you can do is take a breather and then ask for help. I'm grateful to my friends who I could lean on to provide transport, fare, and also help me in moving this process forward. When nothing goes right, take a breather and then know that it will be resolved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, contestant number 2. Let's have a minute of silence for the judges. Mr. Zumaster, please bring in contestant 3, Toastmaster Toby. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Timer. Contestant number 3, can you see me?
Yes, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Can you also see the timer?
Yes, I can see the timer as well.
Perfect. Okay, so your cue to speak is when I mention your name, I would say contestant number 3, then I would reverse it. That means it's time for you to speak. And your question would be a quote. So I would mention the quote, and then I want you to finish the quote and then discuss it, right? Remember, you are to speak for a minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes. You'll see the green card at the first minute. After 1 minute, 30 seconds, you'll see the yellow card. Then at the second minute, you'll see the red card. The red card will be there until you are done speaking. And if you speak for more than 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. You should also know that if you speak for less than 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. Is that clear?
Yes, it is clear. Thank you.
All right. So your question is, When nothing goes right. When nothing goes right. Tobiloba Kajero, contestant 3. Contestant 3, Tobiloba Kajero.
Thank you so much, Contest Chair. So my question is, when nothing goes right? I mean, the question sounds quite interesting because when you say when nothing goes right, it means it automatically goes wrong, right? And I would use a story of what has happened to me in the course of this week. So this week, we were meant to have a visit in one of our cities in Nigeria, in Kano. And typically, we planned for this kind of visits before. So we had already sent all the relevant materials down to the team sometime in January, because we had something similar to this in January. Unfortunately, the team said they don't have anything again. And I'm like, how? We sent things down in January. So how is this March and you're saying that you don't have anything? And it just felt like everything was wrong. It felt like there was no activation in trade. It felt like everywhere was dry and we were starting from square zero. It just felt similar exactly to this quote. When nothing goes right, it automatically means that everything goes wrong. We had to go back to the basics and start, first of all, from sending new materials down. We had to air freight some of the materials so that they could get there in good time for us to have the visit and have it successfully. Well, we are still in the process of fixing things, but I would have preferred that we did one day at a time and we were just watching to ensure that everything was done properly and in good time, rather than waiting for a miracle to do a mass production. Well, when nothing goes right, at the end of the day, it would go wrong. So I hope that you take this as a learning to do things in small strides rather than waiting for a miracle to do everything together. Thank you, and back to you, Contest Chair.
Thank you very much, contestant 3. We will have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballot. Mr. Zoom Master, could you confirm that we don't have Toastmaster Odera on the call?
We don't have him on the call.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Timer. All right, now I know we're all dying to applaud the contestants, so please, this is our chance. Let's applaud them for a job well done. All those applauses that we received, let's bring them out. Yes, yes, applauses, applauses. Let me see the E applauses as well, the reactions. Let's get our reactions buttons busy. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed myself. Thank you very much to the contestants. I want to, at this point, adjourn the table topics contest because according to the rule book, we are supposed to, we open formally, and so it's time for us to adjourn until perhaps next year. So I would like to call on Madam Area Director. Do you want to move the motion to adjourn this contest for us, the table topics?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Contest Chair. Yeah, I move the motion to adjourn.
Thank you very much, Madam Area Director. Shortly, we'll begin the international speech contest. So, but now, for now, in the interim, we will take the contestants' interview, and then we will, while the judges are making their ballots. But I couldn't help but notice the chat room is very empty. It seems as if nobody has used the chat room even once today. So please, let's do a bit of, let's send something. Can anyone just, in fact, let me just say, let me write something like something. I send it. Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Mr. Timer. Yes, let's get busy on the chat box. The chat box is where we gossip, where we, make fun of people. If you are supporting Manchester United, this is the time to make sure that, you banter them. Thank you very much. If you know you have had lunch and you did not share with anybody, just so that my address is, I'll send you my address. Okay, so do we have all three contestants on the call? Toastmaster Tony, contestant number 1, are you here with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I can't see you though. Mr. Zuma, sir, could you spotlight the first contestant for today? So, Mr. Tony, how are you?
I'm fine.
How's you feel?
Thank you. I feel a lot better now. Like just before I started the contest, I was up there, I was tensed up, but I'm a lot better right now.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
say here that your favorite quote is whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well.
Yes, that was my favorite quote up till yesterday morning. I now have a new favorite quote right now.
Okay, great help.
Okay, so I don't have it offhand yet, so let me just read it out. Okay. And this new one is from Tiger Woods. So it says, I can't find it here, but it's all about whatever you are doing, keep doing to improve it, because that's where the best part is. Whatever you do, keep trying to get better at it. That's where the best part is. I first had it yesterday from Tiemu Fuoma, and I told her this would be my new best quote and told her to send it to me. So I'm trying to get it in my head to be able to say it offhand at any point in time. So that's it.
Okay, so when you heard the quote, it was like a moment of realization for you, or like a moment of inspiration that made you discard your old quotes, the one that stuck to you all this time?
Yes, so my favorite quote from when I was young was "What doing is what doing well." As I was growing up, I began to see people say that that's like a perfectionist mindset, and you don't have to do everything you do well. There are some things you should do well, focus on them. Other things you do it averagely because you can't just do everything. Yeah, so now, but I was still kicking against that up till yesterday when I just saw that I put, and it was like, this makes a whole lot of sense. And I just, there and then I became a convert.
All right, that's good. That's good. You are a software engineer and AfriChange.
Yes.
What does AfriChange mean?
Okay, so AfriChange is a money transfer application. They use it for sending money back home for people in diaspora. That's basically what they do. So they started with Canada. So if you're in Canada, you want to send CAD to Nigerian relatives so that they get NGN. So that's but they are not spreading to other countries.
Okay, all right.
That was kind of,
it sounds like if I Jagba, I will be able to take advantage of that platform.
yes, definitely.
Awesome, awesome. So my final question to you is, you like to read nonfiction?
Yes.
So what's your favorite nonfiction book?
Okay, there is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Like nonfiction, as far as it's not novel, whether it's motivational book or is an autobiography or biography of someone, as far as it's not like somebody just composed it out of thin air, something that is not a story. Yeah, I love reading those. So Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill is my favorite of all time.
I'm so sorry, that was supposed to be my last question, but because of your response, I have another one for you. So do you have anything against fiction?
No, No, but I think it's the way I grew up. I don't know. So now I use this opportunity to shout out to teachers and whoever is in the position of influencing. I got hooked into nonfiction in my SS3. So before then, I've been a science student, but I never read any books apart from textbooks. Then on graduating in SS3, what they gave us in speech and prize giving day for doing best in any subject was those motivational books. And I got a couple of them and I read them and I liked them and I started reading them. So then the fictions, I never have actually been, I've never gone, I can count in my left hand like 5 or less fiction books I've read.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for participating. Mr. Zoom Master, can we have his certificate of participation? Zoom Master time mind reader. Thank you very much. All right, this is your certificate of participation. A round of applause to Toastmaster Tony and thank you very much. All right, contestant number 2. Toastmaster Esio Gene Okereka.
Hello, contest chair.
Hello, Mr. Zoom Master, can you spotlight the second contestant? I don't see her anywhere.
I'm trying to find her as well.
She
Stop
hiding.
hiding, Toastmaster essay.
Can you see me?
All right, I can see you now.
Okay. All right, contestant number 2, Toastmaster essay. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Are you sure? Because I would expect that you would also participate in the speech contests. Are you hiding?
I am hiding.
Okay, Madam Area Director, are you hearing this? So you'll be contacted by the district officer and you will be disciplined. So which means next contest, you will contest in both of them. So it says here that you are an environmentalist. What does an environmentalist do?
Basically, we help to tell you what the status of natural things in the world are. And some cynics will say we predict the doom of how things would feel. That's what we do. We tell you how nature is and how nature might be.
Okay. So I'm trying to like paint me a scenario. If I happen to like nature, right? And I happen to be somebody who likes to spend time in nature, maybe, outdoors, green fields, vegetation and whatnot. Is there anything, if I'm opportunity to meet you as an environmentalist, what kind of value would you say I would get from you? As somebody who loves to be in nature, is there anything you can do to me to maybe make me more enthusiastic, perhaps?
Absolutely. First of all, we have many conservation organizations. I would immediately, depending on how I think your bank account is, ask you to donate to help the nature you like. I'll probably pitch to you that, oh, since you like nature, we have these parks, you should come and be a patron. In addition, I'll probably encourage and connect you to people who help. So if you want to have your own home garden, I'll probably also give you some conservation tips and probably also recommend more fun conservation spots for you to check out.
Okay, all right, that's very good, that's very good. Do you like to attend creative events?
Yes.
Give me an example.
Oh, okay. So I love attending arts exhibitions, especially. We have a lot of talented artists in Nigeria. But one of my favorite exhibitions was one that was a waste to art exhibition. Basically, we had artists who used wastes like plastic, rubber, and they were able to repurpose it to what we call functional art. So, for example, one of my one of my friends has a table that was made from recycled glass, and it's a very beautiful table. So you have those kind of pieces. And I think it appeals to me because like it's creative, you're helping the environment, and aesthetically, it's also very pleasing. So yeah, those are the kind of things I like to see.
All right, that's good. That's very good. Now, my final question to you is this. Of course, I will talk about books because it says here that you like to read. So let's get that out of the way. A fiction or non-fiction?
Fiction, more than non-fiction.
Okay, so what's your favorite fiction book?
I have more than one. I can't speak. But I think, okay, I have one for this month. I don't know if I think that helps. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, so I'm rereading a classic. It's called So Long a Letter by Mariam Abba. So yeah, I really like it because it's a book about friendship. And my favorite thing in it was when, because her friend felt embarrassed about how people used to mock her trekking, she sent her money to buy a car. And it appeals to me greatly because I have friends who know that once I'm sad, they bring food for me. So your friend deciding to stunt on your haters by sending you money is something I can relate to it and something I think I like to do. So that's my current favorite fiction this month, So Long a Letter by Mariam Abba. It's a classic book. I love it.
All right, thank you very much. I have a feeling if I set up a debate between fiction and non-fiction and I put you against Toastmaster Tony, it's going to be fun, right? Maybe this is something we should think about. Sir. All right, so thank you for participating.
Thank you.
Let's have a certificate of participation. All right, there you go. Thank you for participating.
Thank you.
Please give her a round of applause. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. So the contest chief judge is ready. We would naturally take the final contestant, but she is going to contest in the speech contest. So we'll take her interview then. So now it's time for us to move on to the speech contest. Okay, so for the speech contest, let's the role players come back, and there will be no need for breakout room this time. Yes. So all these people that are talking about food, Toastmaster Josephine. So I'm fasting and I don't know what to eat to break my fast today. I will also send my address, so that you will be able to, because I see all I think about is food, All right. So do we have the role players online? Are they back on the call? Perfect.
Yes, we're back.
All right. So the International Speech Contest is officially opened. And for today's contest, we have 4 contestants, as mentioned at the beginning. The order of speaking is number 1, Toastmaster Mayowa, number 2, Toastmaster Joy, number 3, Distinguished Toastmaster God Knows, and the 4th person is Toastmaster Toby. Now, what we'll do is, again, the naming convention for the International Speech Contest is, I would mention the name of the contestant, then the title, and the name, and then the contestant starts. And the timing is 5 to 7 minutes. Of course, at the 5th minute, there will be the green card from the timer's background. At 6th minute, there will be yellow card. And at the 7th minute, the red card will be there, and it will be there until you're done speaking. Just know that if you speak for more than 7 minutes, 30 seconds, exactly, the timer is doing a demo right now. Please take note of that. If you speak for more than 7 minutes, 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. If you speak for less than 4 minutes, 30 seconds, you will be disqualified. Now, it's time to move on. So I would like to confirm that the first contestant, Mr. Mayowa, is online, on the call.
I'm on the call. Good evening.
Perfect. Good evening. Let me just, I don't see you. Mr. Toastmaster, do your thing.
Mr. Toastmaster Mayowa, your video needs to come on. Okay.
All right. Can you confirm that you can see the timer?
Yes, I confirm I can see the timer.
Perfect. All right. So the first contestant today, we have Mayowa Ajiboye, the man with the unimaginable wealth. The man with the unimaginable wealth, Mayowa Ajiboye.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and invited guests. I'm sure when we hear the word wealth in this our present day world, what comes to mind are the great names that are flying around, like Mark Zuckerberg, like the likes of Bill Gates, like the likes of Adani brothers in India. And possibly, we could start thinking of the great inventor and entrepreneur in person of Elon Musk. But have we ever wondered who was ascribed as the most wealthiest of all time? Have we ever imagined the person that had the crown of the richest that ever lived? Come along with me. Let me give you a brief stint into the life and times of Mansa Musa, the man that was regarded as the most wealthiest of all time. I'm sure it's surprising because when it comes to wealth, we can easily relate wealth to possibly the developed world like Europe, like America. But I'm here to change that narrative because the wealthiest man that ever lived was actually from Africa. Fellow Toastmasters and invited guests, Mansa Musa was an emperor of the ancient Mali. And the ancient Mali spanned from the ancient Ghana Empire down to Guinea, to Senegal, and to the ancient Gambia. He was a wealthy king. He was a devoted Muslim, a man with great intellect. It was on record that his reign started around 13th century after he was given birth to by his father called Fagaleye and his mother Kanku. Musa was not just wealthy, but history has it that he was a devoted Muslim. Aside the fact that he was a devoted Muslim, he was also a very generous man. During the 13th century, he was on a pilgrimage to Mecca to perform his Hajj, where he lavished almost every less privileged he met in Cairo with gifts of gold. Although that generosity later backfired by negatively affecting the economy of the Arab nation because it drastically affected the price of gold then. That is, the price of gold literally plunged downward because the gold was in excess with regards to supply. He was really a great man. When it comes to economy, he built the ancient Mali, and it was regarded that during his time, Mali experienced what is regarded as the golden age. With regards to construction, he had a lot of construction work to his name, various beautiful mosques. And also when it comes to education, he had Sankore Madrash, which is now the Sankore University, to his name. Oh, I'm so happy because this man is from the beautiful continent of Africa. Although there was no record of when he passed, but historians had it in record that possibly he might have passed around the ending of the 13th century. Mansa Musa really lived a fulfilling life, a life of generosity, a life of kindness, a life of affluence. When he was on pilgrimage to the ancient city of Mecca, he had on his entourage 6,000 men and slaves. But not just about wealth. Like I said earlier, he was a man of great virtues. So whenever you remember Africa, whenever you remember various challenges that Africa currently faces, You need to start remembering that we've had good times and we continually have good times. Because we have great people like Mansa Musa, and we continually have other great people making Africa proud. Not just because he was a wealthy man, but because he was a wealthy man with great virtue. So no matter the various negativities, the various challenges the African continent is currently having, we should always remember that great things is always coming from Africa. That Mansa Musa will always come back again, either in another form. His wealth was accumulated to be around 400 billion US dollars of present day money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So as I round off my speech today, I don't want us to focus on the wealth of Mansa Musa, but I want to focus on the virtues of integrity, on the virtues of kindness he had, and also the fact that Mansa Musa is coming from Africa, a continent that is regarded as a poverty-affected continent, a continent in quotes that is regarded as a no-good continent. Mansa Musa's story and Mansa Musa's experiences gives me hope and gives me confidence that I'm proud to be an African. I'm proud to come from this great continent because great things happen here. So fellow Toastmasters and invited guests, this is just a stint of the life of a great man, of a life of a great African that made Africa proud and has written Africa's name in the sands of time. So whenever you feel down because of the various challenges that Africa have, raise your head high and beat your chest, knowing that you are proud to be an African, because great things will always come out of Africa, just as Mansa Musa came out of Africa. Thank you so much, fellow Toastmasters and invited guests.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mayowa. A minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Joy, please get ready. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Timer. Contestant number 2, Toastmaster Joy Equity James. Are you ready?
Yes, I am, Mr. Contest Chair. Good evening.
Perfect. Good evening. Can you also see the timer?
Yes, I can.
Perfect.
Just to confirm that I'm being heard clearly, please.
Yes, you are. You remember the timing guidelines, so I don't have to mention it all the time?
Yes, I do.
Perfect.
I will just keep my eyes on the timer.
Yes, please. All right. Joy Equity James, the color love. The color love, Joy Equity James.
Where are you from? River State. What particular part of River State? Ikwere. I'm Ikwere. It's a lie. You, fine girl like this, with good character from Ikere. Ha! Thought you were Igbo or something. Why would you think I was Igbo? This is the story of my life every other day. Good evening, the contest chair, my fellow Toastmasters, and guests. If you're a light-skinned female like me, living in this part of the world, you would know that you're either from Imo State, Anambra State. Anyway, you're Igbo. And I am not. So I suffer this constant stereotype. And when I tell people where I'm from, the people are fighters now, but you're a calm person. I am always looked at from the lenses of where I am from. I thought I had run away from this huge monster after I left Europe. Let's backtrack. A couple of years ago, I was in med school in a country in Europe. And you hear about racism, you hear about how it has affected a lot of people. You empathize from outside the picture. You don't know how it truly feels till you're in those shoes. While I was there, I experienced the worst form of racism. In the particular city where I lived, there were just a few Black people there. So you can imagine the amount of attention that I got. It was so bad that sometimes on the bus, a lady would move her child away from me just because of the color of my skin. I would walk through the city center and I would have people tug at my braids or when I had my fro out. You could see that the look wasn't the look of admiration. It was the look of disgust and wonder, like, why's her hair like that? Why does she look that way? And I'm light-skinned, mind you. So in my head, I just developed a sudden dislike for the white people. Why would they treat us like that? You know what? I can't wait to be back to my country where everyone will see me the same way and I'm among my own people, my home. Fast forward to a couple of months ago, actually a couple of weeks ago, people of the same skin color as me, amongst ourselves, were being killed just because they were from a different tribe. You can imagine my disappointment. I thought I was coming back here to be safe. I thought I was coming back here to be amongst my own. Why would I be killed just because I'm from a certain tribe? Why would I be denied my civic right just because I look like someone from a certain tribe? Oh, I wasn't safe after all. I faced even a bigger monster, the monster of tribalism. Toastmasters and guests, I ask you, from what lens do you look at the people around you? Do you look at them from the lens of love or from the lens of tribalistic differences? You would think that something like tribalism would be an avenue to even bring us together. Our differences should be the reason that we are even bonded. I want to talk to Toastmaster Tosin and say to him, how do you guys greet in your states? What kind of food do you eat there? Oh, I'd love to come visit. I agree that tribalism can never totally be eradicated. I agree. It might be totally impossible. But why don't we channel the energies to something good? I know that there is a certain camaraderie that exists among people of the same tribe. It's normal. Yes, you want to speak your own language, you want to talk about the food you eat. I understand that. But why not also inculcate others into your tribe? Let our difference be the thing that binds us together. I thought I was safe when I came here. And the stories of people dying just because they were from a different tribe hurts me so bad. The color love. That is the color that I urge you all to see. It was a famous African writer that said, if African youth do not liquidate the tribalism within them, that tribalism will come back and liquidate them. I see that happening in the nearest future if we do not curb this. We need to nip it in the bud. What do we tell our children? How do we make them see other people wherever they go? Do we want them to look at them from the lens of, you are Igbo, you are Yoruba, you are Hausa, or you want them to look at them from the lens of, you are human. I love you. I walk into a store and immediately I enter. The storekeeper says, Kedu, Adima, what do you want to buy? One Yoma. And I look at him. Why does he just think I'm automatically Igbo? And I look and say, oh no, I'm not. I don't understand what you're saying. And you can sense that the warmth and joviality just dwindles a little bit when he realizes I'm not Igbo, or I'm not Yoruba, I'm not from where he comes from. Why? Why can't I be Ekuchi, the human that you should be nice to and just exercise good customer service to? Why not? Why not? Today, I'd like to urge us, as we go about our daily activities, as we go about our lives, let us remember, let us have it at the back of our minds. Let us have it at the back of our minds that there are different hundreds of hues, black, white, brown, and even blue. But the greatest of them from above is the color love. Friends, look at one another, at each other through the lens of humanity. From today, I don't want your favorite color to be blue or green or red. When asked, Toastmaster Folu, what is your favorite color? I want you to say the color love. And it's back to you, contest chair.
Thank you very much, contestant number 2. Let's have a minute of silence for the judges. Contestant number 3, please get ready. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Timer. Contestant number 3. Are you ready? Distinguished Toastmaster, God knows. All right, can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, I can hear you now. Can you see? You can see me, right? You can hear me?
Yes, I can see you.
Perfect. What about the timer?
I can see the timer.
Perfect. Okay. Contestant number 3, distinguished Toastmaster, God knows for like Titanic. Like Titanic, distinguished Toastmaster, God knows for.
Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you. Go on. That's the theme song of the Titanic. If you know that theme song, type 1 in the chat box. If you have watched the movie, The Titanic, type 2 in the chat box. Contest chair, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and my very special invited guest on this call. The year was 1912, and the day was 15th of April, the day the Titanic set its maiden voyage from Southampton, United Kingdom, to New York, the United States of America. I'll tell you what, it never arrived. That exquisite ship, that luxurious ship, that opulently built ship got hit by an iceberg and went under, killing all 883 crew members and several of his passengers. The total death recorded was about 1,500 people. While watching that movie, certain scenes caught my attention. I will tell you 5 of them. Scene number 1. When that ship hit the iceberg, Captain Edward John Smith and his crew were the only ones that knew that that ship was racing against time. And they were trying their best, doing everything, using everything to try to stop the water from coming into the ship. And when they found out that they were not successful in trying to salvage the ship, the next thing they do is the number 2 thing I want to talk about. The rich, the affluent, the la creme de la creme on board, the first class passengers, were the first to be informed that there was trouble in paradise. And the captain would have gone, hello, your Highness, hello, Your Excellency, hello, Lord, your Lordship, this ship is in trouble. We need to get you and your family, your loved ones out right now. And of course, swiftly they were evacuated in almost empty lifeboats. They were gone. Next, I call them the nameless rich. Those of them that were wealthy, but we didn't know them. We don't know them. They saw what was going on, and with their money, they paid their way out. They bribed their way out, and they were gone. Then when it became obvious that our ship was sinking, the emergency bells went off. Women and children, women and children, women and children was the echo everywhere. Remember, in cases of extreme humanitarian crisis, it is women and children that are the first, the primary consideration for women and children. So women and children were gathered, and in overcrowded lifeboats, they left the sinking ship. Then money failed. Money literally lost all its purchasing power on the Titanic. And it was clear that it was going down. And tell you what, like I said, over 1,500 persons lost their life. And like Titanic, I look at my country, Nigeria, like Titanic. If you ask me, Nigeria has hit an iceberg in 1999. Since then, and the operators and managers of this country, they have always known. And like Titanic, the rich, the wealthy, the Otedolas, the Dangotes, those names, type any name you know, those big, those rich and wealthy, they have already been pre-informed, they know. And they've done a good job of taking their precious loved ones out of this country a long time ago. Now, the nameless rich are the people living now in the proverbial chapa in local parlance. They are living. They are living anywhere out of here, anywhere out of here. They are living. They are living. Visit any international airport right now. You will see that the predominant air passengers, the predominant airfarers are women and children. In our airports, yes, women and children are living. They are living too. Toastmasters and guests, contest chair, what then? What then does the future hold for us as Nigerians? My prayer is, may we not as a people, may we not as a nation, may you and I never get to where it will be women and children, where being separated from our loved ones could be deemed as the best option. May we not get there. May we never get there. Eleanor Roosevelt said, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And tell you what, Toastmasters and guests, I want to urge us in this call, never, never, never to lose faith in this country. I want to urge us in this call to see and consolidate from the gains of the previous election and still believe in the beauty of this country. Because soon, the true meaning of democracy will be evident, where it will be indeed government of the people, by the people, and for the people in this country. Only then will the people, we the people, will be seen and deemed to have taken back our country for good. We will get there if you and I don't lose faith. Contest chair.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Contestant number 3. Let's have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots while the final contestant, Toastmaster Toby, gets ready. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Timer. Contestant number 4, Toastmaster Toby. Okay, I can see you. Can you see me? And the timer?
Yes, I can see you. Can you see me?
Yes, yes, I can also hear you.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Contestant number 4, Oluwatobi Loba Kajero. Dare to be excellent. Dare to be excellent. Oluwatobi Loba Kajero.
Whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. This quote is by Philip Stanhope. It was the 4th Earl of Chesterfield, and he wrote this in a letter to his son in 1774. This quote has guided my life so far, and I have seen the importance of doing things well, regardless of the circumstance. Contest chair, Toastmasters and guests, good evening. October 2018, less than a year into my global management trainee program, I received a Skype chat from the then senior human resources business partner. She said, Toby, tell your fellow management trainees in quality that I'll be scheduling a call for tomorrow titled Possible Next Role. I don't have more information to give you for now, so just come tomorrow. We're surprised. Our program was ideally meant to last for 2 years, and we were not due to have any call. So why this? We decided to keep our minds open and join the call. The next day on the call, we heard the most devastating news ever. She said, the business is consolidating on roles, and we believe that the roles that you're meant to grow into by the time you're done with your program will no longer be available. Thus, we are cutting short your program and moving all of you management trainees in quality to join the guys in supply chain and start work immediately in the warehouse department. We thought that, okay, this is definitely film trick, right? This is HR just being HR. Our program director was not on the call, And we were ideally meant to grow to become environmental systems managers, continuous improvement managers, and so on. And we could even pick any role we wanted. So we ran straight to our program director's office. And immediately she got there, she acted quite surprised as well. She went straight to the managing director's office. And as soon as she came back, we knew that nothing was changing. She said, "The business believes that you guys are talent, and we're going to take you guys to the next level. So you guys need to go and make critical change in warehouse." What? And with tears, we went back to the cabin, so sorrowful. And all of us didn't even talk to each other. We got on our laptops immediately and started applying for jobs, scholarships, everything. I personally felt like I didn't spend 5 years in school, be running a postgraduate diploma in chemical engineering on weekends. I've turned down other job offers. For you to just come from nowhere and decide to change my career path talking about a consolidation. Unfortunately, none of the roles I had applied to pulled through at the time, so I had to start with what I had in hand, the warehouse department. You might say, what was so bad about the warehouse? Well, at the time, the warehouse department was the bottom barrel place at work. Their jobs included loading trucks, offloading trucks, proper reconciliation of shipments, and they also had to wear a reflective jacket like this to ensure that they don't get hit as they are controlling the traffic. A quote by popular American basketball player Paul Millsap said, "Sometimes the bad things that happen in our lives put us on the path to the very best things that would happen to us." I made up my mind to start with what I had in hand and to be excellent at it. I chose excellence. Unfortunately, at this time, my voice was really small and I also looked very fragile. So a lot of people felt that, will this girl even be able to do this work? She looks like she will break any minute from now. But I made up my mind that I would choose excellence. We started our training and I would stay back after the training to ensure that I understood the enterprise resource planning tool that we were using called SAP. I also volunteered while we were waiting for our letters to go and work with the warehouse guys to better understand their structure. I slowly became an expert and I even started teaching others. By the time the letter was ready, we were divided into teams and I was made group leader of my team. I was not just the youngest person, but I was also the only female in the team. I saw how demonstrating little excellence in my own way paid off. Also, I would stay back. We ran 2 shifts, morning shift and night shift. And I would stay back after the morning shift, which typically ended by 9 p.m. to collate reports and send them. And at the end of the night shift, which ended at 7 a.m. to send them. I chose excellence. One day, I went to the canteen and I saw the forklift operators just sitting down, gisting away. I was so pissed and I shouted, "Don't try me." Immediately, or a few weeks later, one of my friends sent me a message and said, "Toby, you're so bold and so agile now." Well, everyone had become proud of their tiny friend that now exuded so much authority. July 2019, a role I had applied to in marketing opened up and it was time for me to move. What I didn't realize was I had grown so much. I had earned myself the nickname Iron Lady for being dauntless and delivering consistently performance. I had also developed a proper reconciliation tracker to help make sure that we don't ship wrong shipments. Also, I had devised a simple tag called "Do Not Load." I would say, as I'm rounding up, that dare to be so excellent that no one would even say that you are doing nothing. Like pursue excellence so much that ignorant people would even see you and say you stand out. As I round up, and as we pursue on this part of excellence, I will leave us with this quote by Martin Luther King Jr., popular American minister and activist. And he said, "If you don't do great things, try and do small things in a great way." I have found that this quote is so true and is so relevant even in my past. So I would say, dare to be excellent. Contest chair.
Thank you very much, contestant number 4. We will have a minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Timer. I believe this brings us to the end of the contest. We have no any other contestant. So at this point, I know we've held the applauses in. So let's unmute our microphones or even use the reaction buttons and unleash those applauses to the contestants. Thank you very much. Let's hear the applauses, I'm not hearing any applause. I know all the people that have their cameras off and they're not applauding. Yes, thank you. I don't see the reactions. Yes, thank you very much. It has been fun. It's not so easy to contest, by the way. Sometimes when you are nervous, you tend to, I mean, at some point in time, I wanted to drop out of my own first contest, but because I had to be bold, Toastmasters requires us to be bold. So I had to just step up, right? So it's not so easy to contest. So thank you very much to the contestants. That was wonderful. Now, while the chief judge and the role players, the judges are collecting the ballots, we would take the contestant interviews for the second round of the speech contest. But before we do that, I would like to formally adjourn the contest and close it. So, Madam Area Director, would you please be kind to move the motion to adjourn this contest to next year, International Speech Contest for year 23?
Okay, I move the motion to adjourn. Thank you, Mr. Contest Chair.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Area Director. I believe you must be proud of the contestants today. It has been a wonderful show. So, Mr. Proud. Yes, I agree. Let's have the first contestant, Toastmaster Mayowa. Can we spotlight him? Okay, thank you very much. Toastmaster Mayowa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I mean, my first question is, and I'm pretty sure I speak for everyone here. Are you a historian?
Well, no, I'm not an historian. But over time, because I love surfing the internet a lot, I develop interest in picking histories, particularly history that pertains to Africa and history that pertains to her origin. And this, I think I developed these interests because at a point I worked abroad, and oftentimes when I speak to colleagues, they have a bit of a very small view about Africa. And when they talk about Africa, I think they depend solely on information they get online from Western media, where they project Africa as a place that that is really affected by diseases and poverty. So they have very low and very weird opinion about Africa. So oftentimes I tend to counter that with the little information I know about Africa, trying to project things, our values that that are predominant, which makes us quite distinctive. And these things, I saw that they don't have it in their society. Things, basic things about love for each other, communal living, virtues, and believing so much in institution called family and all that. So with that, I was able to change a lot of things. And I mean, I never had any inferiority complex, because fine, I have infrastructure challenges in my country or in my continent, but you have other challenges in your country or continent, which I don't have. So no, I'm not an historian.
All right, thank you very much. I wanted to ask you, what else did you find out from the internet? Because it says here that you like to surf the internet as a hobby.
Yeah, so for me, okay, one of the things I think it's always periodic for me. I think currently what I've been surfing for some time now, I think I'm gradually developing interest in cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. And I think of late, I mean, I hear people talk about cryptocurrency and all that, but I think I stumbled on the internet, and I started learning about, reading about cryptocurrency coins called meme coins. These are coins that they barely had no value. They are but they were created out of comic or just out of jokes. But imagine what attracted me and what surprised me was, imagine putting in a few bucks of dollars, let's say $200 in an investment, and in less than a year you are into millions of dollars. I thought it was a joke, but when I tried digging more into what meme coins and all that, and I saw that it was actually real during the 2021 boom, when a lot of cryptocurrency coin went up. We had a lot of the meme coins, particularly this one called Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. They just spiked and they turned people to millionaires overnight. So I think for now, I'm trying to look at the meme coins, trying to understand them, because apparently I strongly feel cryptocurrency will be part of our future, will be a very strong part of our future in months or years to come. Yep.
I think people like you are people that I should be friends with. All right, thanks for the insight. So I'll ask you one final question, because we have a few other people to go over. You like to learn and do new things, right? So I want to find out from you, what was the most recent new thing that you learned that interested you the most recent?
Okay. I think I would say I tried to dabble into coding, and it wasn't a very funny one. I tried to learn Python, and it was a very difficult one. So I put it into a boot camp, and I literally struggled to complete it because it was looking like they were speaking in unknown tongues there, right? But I think it's something it's something I would still want to go into, because I think my role involves a lot of data, and I think it's not a bad idea having skills with regard to coding, with regard data science and data analysis, so that I can interpret and make meaning out of the data that I face day to day in my role. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Sajid Zoom Master. Can we display his certificate of participation? All right, thank you very much. Thank you for participating. Please give him a round of applause. Thank you very much. Toastmaster Mayo Ajiboye, my friend. Okay, The next contestant, Toastmaster Joy. Do we have Toastmaster Joy on the call?
Yes, we do. Right here.
Awesome. Toastmaster Joy Ekuchi.
That's right.
Perfect. Okay, Toastmaster Joy, how do you feel?
Good. I feel elated. I just went back to my club's group chats and I saw so much encouragement, so much support. I even saw my pictures. I didn't know that my pictures were being taken. It felt like paparazzi. It feels good to know that there are people that just support you, and it's good. It's a good feeling. So yes, I feel good.
I'm glad you said that, because you think that true satisfaction comes from helping others.
Absolutely.
So I want you to give me an example of a time when you helped someone and describe the satisfaction you felt. The moment that made you realize that I am meant to be helping people.
Okay, so this might be a bit difficult picking out one particular scenario, because I tried to make this my life goal. But I'll just pick out one that happened recently off the top of my head. There's a certain teenager that I'm mentoring, and she's been having so much anxiety. She's going through a patch where she feels very less than she should. She feels unworthy. She feels she doesn't have enough. There's so much she's struggling with. So she randomly is afraid for the future. And this will cause her to have headaches and even fall sick. And she was talking to me about it. And I said to her that this can't continue. I spoke to her about the power of words of affirmation. I told her how amazing she is and how unique and special she is. We had a couple of sessions, both over the phone and in person. And I got a message today, actually, from her saying that she feels so much better. And she has a list of positive affirmations that she says to herself every day. She hasn't had those panic attacks since the last time we spoke, which was about 2 weeks ago. And that just made me feel so good. This is the reason that I do what I do. It's a sense of joy that I feel. At the end of the day, how we will be remembered is by the impact that we had on other people. So yes, that's one time that I felt so much joy. And also on my birthdays. On your birthday, that's when you know that you're making so, because everyone just has so many amazing things to say about you. You're like, oh, is that me? Oh, me, really? So yes, it feels good. It feels good.
All right. You are a biomedical scientist by profession, but your passion is psychology and mental health. Is there a link? Is there a link between these two? Or is
Sorry, I lost you for a second there. Please, can you repeat the question?
Okay, so my question was, is there a link between the two?
What and what? I didn't hear what I didn't hear what we're linking.
Okay, so let me start from the beginning. So your profession is a biomedical scientist. That's your profession. Then as a passion, you're passionate about mental health and psychology.
Yes.
So my question now is there like a link between the two?
Well, there is no link between the two. They're worlds apart. Being a biomedical scientist entails that we use biological tools for medical intervention. That's what that entails. Psychology, mental health, something's another world apart. That's something that I've always had, even before I started studying to be a biomedical scientist. So there's no connection to answer your question. It's just that being passionate about mental health related topics and psychology is something that I just love as a person, which is totally different from my profession, which I'm not even practicing as we speak. But that's a conversation for another day.
All right. I would have been interested to find out how you balance the two, but perhaps maybe some other time. But now I have a question for you. Fiction or non-fiction?
Non-fiction.
Why?
Because with non-fiction, I can relate better. I think that non-fiction is more relatable, and it just gets gets you where you need to be emotionally. I particularly love to read books and watch movies based on true life stories. Not to downplay the fictional books and movies, they have a certain excitement of their own. But personally, I just think that nonfiction is more relatable and it just helps you connect better with the characters, pretty much.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you,
Zoom Master. Can we have her certificate of participation, not participate. All right. Thank you. A round of applause. Well done. Please give a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Let's have contestant number 3, distinguished Toastmaster, God knows.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm struggling to. Aha, I can see you. All right. DTM, God knows. I didn't know you could sing. Do you sing often?
Yeah, I like singing. And my first kid writes songs, so I'm encouraging him. I take him to a record studio where he's really trying to perfect the art. So when he comes up with some songs of his, we all sing together in the house. Someday I'm going to be his manager and we'll be cashing out. You don't know.
That sounds great. That sounds great. Okay. So again, like I have to ask this, it's right there. Fiction or non-fiction?
Okay, is that for books or for everything?
Books.
Okay. Okay, for me, non-fiction, I read management books, I read personal development books. And so those books they are more of reality than fiction. I'm not thrilled by the James Bonds. I'm not saying they're not okay. The sci-fi, I don't even watch sci-fi movies. So for reality is key for me. I need to know that I can feel it, I can touch it, and I can try my best to do something.
I think the team is lagging. Is it just me or is okay?
He seems to be having technical issues.
Yes. I think he's okay. Let's give him a few more seconds. Okay, I don't. It seems like he's off the call. DGM, God knows.
You see, what happened was reality. It's not fiction. I was thrown out of the call. This is reality, not fiction. But I'm back. I had to do something about it, and I'm here.
Yes. Okay. You say here to see things in the seed. That is pure genius by Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu is one of the most intelligent philosophers in the world. What came about this quote as your favorite quote?
As in the course of, I was just reading and I saw that quote. I can't even remember where I saw it, but that quote, I just got connected with that quote. To see things in the seed, that is pure genius. Now, to me, seeing things in the seed is putting my power of visualization to work. Now, the MD of Hexavia, one of your Lagos brands, or one brand in Lagos, Hexavia, he said, you cannot feature in a future you cannot picture. So, to see things in the seed, to me means picturing holistically a future that I want to feature in. And to date, I have this very bad habit of writing out my entire year. Every 2nd of January, I go to my office. Hey, 2nd, yes, I'm in the office. I write out the entire year. I picture it out in black and white. You can't crash into my schedule, you can't. So you see things in the seed. Come on, that's genius. What else can be genius? That's real genius. Next question.
I agree with you. To be able to see potential, it shows how visionary, how you are able to put pictures to the eyes. Thank you very much. Okay, so my final question, not really a question. I want you to sell Toastmasters in 1 minute. So, Mr. Timer, let's time DTM God knows for 1 minute. If there's a guest in the house, let them become Toastmasters after this. Let's go.
Are you like me 8 years ago, where I better write than speak, where I lack all the confidence there is to even sell my good intention, to let people know about my good intention? Even my expertise that I'm so good at, I find so difficult to explain to the next person, let alone an audience. Come on. I did something about it. I found a brand that I want to introduce you to. It's called Toastmasters. Toastmasters Toastmasters is a communication and leadership platform where you learn to hone your public speaking skills, you build leadership competencies, and it's an environment where you're not afraid to fail. Where everyone in the club is about your personal development. We don't have any teachers, but we learn, we connect. We even share resources even outside of Toastmasters. I welcome you to Toastmasters.
Thank you so much. That was apt and right on time. Thank you very much. A round of applause. Mr. Zoommaster, please share DTM Cardinal certificate of participation. We want everyone to see it and witness that you participated in this contest. All right, thank you. A round of applause to DTM God knows. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Thank you. Our final contestant, Toastmaster Toby. Are you ready? Are you online?
Yes, I am. Good evening.
Good evening. How do you feel?
Honestly, I'm tired, but generally I feel good. Tired because of something else, but yes, honestly, I'm tired.
Okay, because I was curious, you participated in both contests. You're the only one who did that today.
Oh, that actually made me excited. Yeah, so actually just was a good attempt. Let me try it.
Well, it's good. I mean, the more the merrier for us. You know, the more contestants, the more fun we have, right? So thank you for that. You say whatever is worth doing is worth doing well, right? That's your favorite
yeah.
thing. So
Yes,
what's
it
the
is.
inspiration behind it? Like, I want to know what came about, what made you realize, okay, this is my code now.
Okay. So I would trace it back to secondary school. I would say that every time on assembly ground, our principal, I went to a Catholic secondary school, would always say, the world is full of ordinary people there to be extraordinary. And for you to be extraordinary, it means that you have to demonstrate excellence in whatever you do. So when I heard that quote, whatever you do, yeah, it just stuck in my heart, and I just decided that this is a quote that I would like to live by, and I would just like to be known by that. Whatever is worth doing at all is really worth doing well, and it's just important to put in our efforts and put in our best in everything that we do. Yeah.
All right. Learning inspires you.
Yes, it does.
You look forward to learning new things.
Yes, I do.
So I want to know you can learn so many categories to learn from: books, maybe fiction, maybe, mental health, example, emotional intelligence, so many topics to learn from, right? So I want to know for you, which of those makes you the most excited? What do you look forward to learning the most?
Okay. So what I look forward to learning the most actually is general things, not necessarily related to soft skills like emotional intelligence and all, like learning how to swim, learning a new recipe, learning how to code or something. So when I think about learning, that's part of things that inspires me most. But what I am learning now, actually, flipping your question, is I'm learning how to say no. I mean, it's quite simple, right? Everybody can say no, but one thing I'm learning differently this year is how to say no. I find that I could say yes easily to things, and I get to start doing like a lot of responsibilities that I am not supposed to do and have a lot on my plate. So what I am learning at the moment is learning how to just draw that barrier and say no at times. There's also a book that one of my friends had recommended to me. I'll probably share later in the chat on learning how to say no. So how to say no without feeling guilty. Yes, that's the title. So that's my new learning this period. Yeah.
All right, thank you. That's good. That's very good. My final question to you is, you are a vice president membership.
Yes, I am.
All right, this is going to be tricky. So was it imposed on you, or were you able to say no?
Okay, so it wasn't imposed on me. I mean, the previous vice president membership had a lot of commitments on our plate. So the president had reached out to me to ask if it would be something I would be willing to do. I enjoy meeting people and I enjoy hanging out with people. So it was a role that I welcomed with open hands. So no, it wasn't imposed on me. It was a discussion that we had that led to that role. Yes.
All right, thank you very much. I'm happy to hear, because subsequently it means you could go for higher roles, like maybe vice president education, maybe president or something, right? For LCB Toastmasters. So it's good. All right,
Let's see
thank
how
you
it
very
goes.
much. Let's have the certificate of participation for Toastmaster Toby. All right, round of applause. Thank you for participating. All right. Now it's time that everyone is waiting for to announce the results. At this point, as contest chair, it makes me feel really powerful, because just me and a few other people know who the winners are, right? And I can decide to maybe prolong it as much as I can, and nobody can do anything about it. You can only wait until the results.
Except the timer.
But I will, yeah, of course. But I will relinquish that authority to Madam Chief Judge. So I would like to invite Madam Chief Judge back on the lectern to announce the winners for us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Contest Chair. Wow, what a contest. I must say this has been keenly contested. We had such an amazing lineup of seasoned speakers, I might say. And indeed, this is the moment we have been waiting for. So I hear something thumping. Is it someone's heart racing or what? Can you hear it? Check, check, check. Just put your hand on your chest. It must be you. Okay. So. Where were we? We're announcing the results, right? I know you all want us to quickly get this over and done with, but you have to bear with me, okay? All right, I must congratulate every speaker today, every contestant. It takes courage to step up to the plate. It takes courage to present yourself for a contest. So well done and congratulations to all our contestants. We're proud of you. I can confirm that the ballots are in. I can also confirm that they have been carefully counted and verified over and over again. So we have run a fair and objective process. I can also confirm that all the contestants spoke within the time frame. So well done once again. It's my honor to announce the results on behalf of the formidable team of role players. And I do not say that lightly. Because we had, for the table topics, because we had 3 contestants, according to the rule book of Toastmasters International, we shall only announce second place and the first place. Same would go for the international contest. We had 4 contestants, and according to the rule book, we shall only announce the first 2 slots, first 2 places. Stay with me. For the table topics contest, the second place goes to, drum rolls, second place position goes to Toastmaster Tony Ene. A round of applause for him. Toastmaster Tony Ene is the second place winner of our table topics contest. Congratulations, Toastmaster Tony Ene. Well done. So your certificate is being flashed. All right, so go ahead and receive it gladly with pride. Thank you very much, Master, for that. Our first place winner for the table topics contest is, wait a minute, I still hear someone's heart racing. Why is it so loud though? Why is it so loud? I mean, we're miles away. Why should I hear it from where I'm sitting? Take it easy, okay? All right, so the first place winner of our table topics contest, Area 23 contest for 2003 is Toastmaster Esogene Okereka. Toastmaster Esogene Okereka, let's have you. Oh, your certificate is up now. Please receive it with pride. Well done, well done. Okay, thank you very much, Zoom Master. Moving on swiftly to the next contest, International Speech Contest. So we had 2 in 1, as we typically do, twin contests in 1. So I will now move on to the next one. And like I said earlier, we had 4 contestants, and so we would announce the first 2 places. The second place goes to, guess who? Can you guess? Okay, I think the heart is no more racing. It's getting better now. Now we're done with the table topics. People are taking a glass of water, sipping something cold, maybe Zobo or something. Depends on what interests.
Madam Teacher, I just sent you a message on WhatsApp. Could you take a look?
All right. Okay. All right. Okay, so I have the permission of the contest chair to announce the 3 top places for the international speech contest, the 3 top international speech contests. So I will start with the 3rd place. And the 3rd position for the international speech contest goes to, drum rolls, Toastmaster Ekuchi Joy James. Congratulations, Toastmaster Ekuchi, for coming 3rd in the International Speech Contest. Well done. Receive your certificate with pride. Glow with pride. Well done. Well done. Okay, so we move on to the next. Second place. Second place. What could this be? Our second place winner for the International Speech Contest goes to none other than, drum rolls, DTM God Knows 4, the singer who has given birth to another singer. So we're going to have a family band, DTM God Knows 4. Well done. Zoom Master, please share his certificate and let him receive it with pride. Well done. And finally, the first place winner. What's going on? Who could it be? Who could it be? The first place winner. Indeed, the first place winner. And I need to hear your drum rolls really loud right now, okay? And the first place winner, drum rolls, is Toastmaster Toby Kajero. Congratulations, Toastmaster Toby Kajero. Well done. Zoom Master, let's have a certificate, please. Congratulations. Amazing job, all our contestants. Well done. Well done. Well done. Great job. I want to say a big thank you to the contest chair for the honor, and indeed the entire Area 23 on behalf of the entire team of role players, impartial judges, ballot counters, accurate timekeepers. We say thank you for the opportunity to serve. Back to you, Mr. Contest Chair.
Thank you so much. Please give a round of applause to the contest chief judge for her announcement of the results. And let's extend that applause to the contestants and to the winners today. You know what? Scratch that, to the winners, because everybody that contested today is a winner. The only reason why we take the best is so that we can have a representative at the next level and also to encourage others, right? So thank you so much for contesting. Congratulations once again to all the contestants and to the role players as well. We have Toastmaster Kude, Timer 1, we have Toastmaster Solomon, Timer 2, Ballot Counter, Toastmaster Amara, and Ballot Counter 2, Toastmaster Chitu, for their wonderful job today. They were awesome. And of course, Madam Chief Judge has been wonderful from the onset with the briefings we did, with all the engagements that we had behind closed doors. So thank you so much for that. I also, a special shout out to the Zoom Master, Toastmaster Tosin. He is a wonderful man and he is full of energy, right? So I look forward to a time when I will see him on the podium contesting as well, right? So thank you very much for that. I would like to hand control at this point back to Madam Area Director. We haven't had the pleasure of having her on board so far, but it gives me great pleasure, of course, to invite Madam Area Director to the podium for vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Contest Chair. Good evening, everyone. And as the Chief Judge has said, it was indeed a keenly contested contest. I've been practicing those words, so I won't bite my tongue when I'm saying it. And I'm happy to say everyone really is a winner. And we also congratulate especially those who will be taking the area or will be representing the area in the division. So congratulations to Toastmasters SA and Toastmaster Toby. And congratulations to all the contestants. I listened and I learned lots from all the speeches and the table topics that we learned today. I would also want to say a big thank you to our indefatigable PQD of the area, who has ensured that this contest went on smoothly and was well planned and coordinated. I know we are right on time, so I won't want to say so much to keep us or make us stay more than we've already stayed. But thank you, Toastmaster Tosin, for ensuring that this went on so smoothly. And thank you, our nameless judges, for being impartial and ensuring that we didn't have to start, looking for the ballot boxes here and there. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. And at this point, I want to say, looking forward to us going to support our representatives come the division contest and also bringing the championship home, bringing it back to Area 23. Thank you, everyone. Let's have an amazing evening and a lovely, lovely week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have come to the end of the contest. We will adjourn the contest in a moment. There's an announcement from the district about the district conference happening in Togo, Lomé. It will be in May 24th to 27th. If you are interested to find out more, please reach out to distinguished Toastmaster Chooks, or you can reach out to myself because I'm also representing Division F for that. Of course, the Toastmasters Nigeria conference happening on 9th and 10th of June is still in play in Lagos. Again, Madam Area Director can give us more information on that. Then if you have any guests on the call, please, I would like you to remain behind. We would like to engage you more, on a one-on-one basis so that we can find a way to link you up with Toastmasters. All right. So at this point, I would like to formally adjourn the contest till next year. All right. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a good evening. Remember, guests, please remain on the call. We would like to engage you.
Well done, Team Abubakar.
Thank you. Well done. Well done.
Enjoy the rest. Well done, Zoom Master. Let me enable my video now. Bye.
Bye.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Toastmaster SA. Well
Thank
done.
You. Team Josephine. Well done, our Chief Judge.
Contest Chair, Toastmaster Gimba, our DTM to be.
Photograph.
Team Tosin, I think you can stop recording.
Bye.
Okay, well done, Team Tony. Congrats. Bye, everyone. Team God.